How to find motivated sellers as a beginner in wholesaling real estate. What's up, guys? Zach in here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video, we're going to share exactly how to find motivated sellers. We're bringing it back to the basics today because I think so many people get wrong the marketing side of this business. They make it seem like it's super complicated. And most importantly, when it comes to marketing, this is the first step for wholesaling real estate. And most common question when people get analysis paralysis is like, I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed. You know, do I do this marketing? Do I reach to cash buyers first? What do I do? We're bringing it back to the basics today, and we're just giving you a game plan. So if you're analyzing things too much and you don't know what to do, we're just going to show you exactly how to take action and start getting motivated sellers from any budget, from $0 to $1 million. We're going to share the exact secrets for it.
So guys, it's easy to get overwhelmed with like a million different shiny objects for marketing. My basic recommendation to you is find one channel that sticks for you and master it. Don't try to do 9 or 10 at the start. So pick one. I don't care if you do it 30 days, 90 days, whatever it is, but if you focus on one task, you'll usually be much more successful at it.
So before we get into it, guys, do us a favor. Do us a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe, get the most free value from us, and let's get into it. So
let's do it.
So before we talk about getting motivated sellers, what is a motivated seller in your opinion?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question because it's so glossed over these days.
Yeah.
Like we don't even know what it means. Somehow in the last, I think 3 or 4 years, motivated seller has a new definition of anyone who's looking to sell their house. And I'm just telling you, that's nothing more than what I call a lead. Okay. So a motivated seller is when you take a lead to the next level in finding an indicator or multiple indicators that you're most likely going to get a good deal on a piece of real estate due to an underlying circumstance. It's usually going to be money or it's going to be some sort of personal family issue 9 times out of 10. So whenever I have any type of motivating factors for them to sell the house, then that's what's going to make a motivated seller. A motivated seller is someone that has underlying circumstances that's going to force them to take action to sell the house for a discount no matter what. Versus a person who just wants to sell their house, there's a huge difference in these types of sellers, and you've got to find the motivated sellers or you will frustrate yourself and drive yourself out of wholesaling.
So the thing is, these sellers want to sell for a discount. That's the difference between when we're looking for motivated sellers. So most people say, oh, a motivated seller is just someone who wants to sell their property. Here's the thing. In wholesaling real estate, the people that we deal with, the deals, let's do a pie chart of 100%, right? Of people who want to sell their property. There's only about 1% of those people we can actually deal with. 99% of the people that want to sell their house want retail for it. They want to go the realtor route. They want to do the entire hoopla. The property's perfect. You know, they don't want to sell it cash. Most people try to force themselves to sell a cash offer to those 99%. You just can't do it. It's literally selling Nutter Butters and peanut butter to somebody deathly allergic to peanuts. Like, you ain't going to do it. Like, you trying to convince people, like, that 1% of people we're dealing with, these are ugly, distressed properties, someone extremely motivated, an extremely motivating circumstance. The last deal we did was a dilapidated house that had like this crazy crawl space, mold everywhere, and the property was sitting vacant for 5 years. Like, and the person needed money like right now. That's the type of seller we're going after. So this video, we're going to share the strategies on exactly how to find those sellers, not the nice, pretty, quote unquote, realtor houses. You cannot force somebody to accept a cash offer. You're going to have to go find them.
So guys, to really simplify this, there's people that want to sell their house that are regular sellers. And then there's people that need to sell their house, which are going to be motivated sellers.
Boom. So when it comes to the end of the day, you're watching this right now and you're stuck. Let's say you're in your local market and you don't know what to do. A lot of people get analysis paralysis. This isn't your fault. But what I can tell you is 90% of the people watching that is doing local, in-person, physical wholesaling, driving for dollars, is probably going to be your best bet. So if you're watching this video right now, I want you to just take the action this weekend to drive for dollars at least 4 hours, so 2 hours each day on the weekend for a month straight. Like, for most people, that's all you need to do starting out if you're just a beginner that doesn't know what they're doing. Driving for dollars is just driving around your house looking for ugly, distressed properties. The reason why we preach this list so much is because this isn't a saturated list.
So the difference between a list and driving for dollars is all the driving for dollar properties that you're going to find are going to be on that list. This just fast tracks you to cut you. So if a list is 10,000 and there's 400 properties that are distressed, wouldn't you rather just chase the 400 properties down than the 10,000? Honestly, if you are on a timeline, this is the fastest way to get it, guys. Driving for dollars, it's not super sexy, but it works really, really well.
It's like using a bike or a car. Like if I have to go travel like 2 hours away, hey, the bike's going to work, right? But it's going to take me probably 3 times as long to get to that destination than using a car. And that's the way. So it's like you go 2 hours, like let's say you go 100 miles and it takes me an hour and a half in a car, but it takes me 7 hours in a bike. You did the same quote unquote work, but it's just a lot easier to do. And that's why we preach driving for dollars, especially as a newbie. It's like, I don't have 10 hours a day to cold call like I did starting out. Well, do the 2 hours a day driving for dollars, right? Like that's why we preach it so much. There's less competition. It's going to be way better starting out.
Yeah. And a couple of tips on driving for dollars. Don't try to take the same route twice. And just, not every house has to be just a beat down junker.
Yeah.
Look for houses that are vacant. It looks like nobody's going to. And you just look for accumulated mail, mailboxes knocked down, just stuff covered all over the porch. But guys, make sure you take a different route every time and then look for some of those oddball houses. Some will scream with a blue tarp roof, but if you just like vacant houses are a huge key to driving for dollars.
100%. And here's the big issue too. A lot of people stress out, how to just do your action. Like go out there and start driving. That's what stops most people. Now, outside of driving for dollars, what are some other great things? What's some other great lists to be going after? We all preach at freewholesaling.com, which is our free wholesaling training. Guys, if you hear something we talk about and we're not going 5 hours into depth on it, it's because it's in our free wholesaling course. We preach so much on government lists because I feel like for free, it's one of the best lists out there. These are your probates, which is personally our favorite list. Mm-hmm. Fire damage properties, code violations, water shutoffs, liens, IRS debt lien lists, credit card debt lists. Guys, I show you pre-foreclosures. I show you exactly how to pull it in freewholesaling.com. That's a great list to be going after. And then you got other marketing strategies. Like we're not going to preach it too much, especially as a beginner, but our biggest marketing channel is direct mail. And not a lot of people know about that, but we have the money for it. And for scaling systems, it works really well for us. But as a beginner, I feel like it's pretty risky, right?
Well, I mean, it's just risky because you don't have the experience level to be able to take those deals down.
I mean, what's our average direct mail lead deal?
It's above 36.
It's like $40,000.
Listen, guys, when I started doing direct mail, it was like $3,000.
Yeah.
So, it just took time.
Most people can't do that.
And that's why when you're starting out, even if you have money, I want you to kind of avoid that strategy in the first 90 days because you've got to understand how to talk to motivated sellers, how to identify motivated sellers. And once you do that, then you'll be able to get the right lists. And then once you get a few deals on your belt, then if you want to allocate some money towards it, then you can make it. So the advantages of the direct mail, just to let you know, is it's very scalable. One person can easily do it. The secret weapon to direct mail is just answer your phones, guys, live. I'm just telling you, Rick, I don't want to answer the phones. Then don't spend the money. I'm telling you, if you go to voicemail and you call him and you call me live, you know what I'm going to tell you? I go, listen, hey, John, I know you call me. Do me a favor. Every other postcard you put down, don't call anyone else. Let's work this out over the next 24 or 36 hours, and I'll make you very happy. I'm very attentive to your needs. You have him captivated, and you have to do that. And last thing on direct mail is, we all talk about legalities. Direct mail is always going to be legal because you're paying the United States government to do it.
It's true. And then the next thing is you can use paid lists. Now, as a beginner, we're not 100% for you guys doing that. Now, if you don't have a lot of time, you can't go drive for dollars, do it in virtual. This is a good option. This is one of the ones that we only do because we do a lot of cold calling, SMS text blasting also. Mm-hmm. So for bigger systems, you see it, people using a prop stream, aka listrei.com list. a ZachData.com list from like Batch, like a high equity. You can actually pull some pretty interesting vacant lists there. Like this is kind of like drawing for dollars, but you can pull lists like that. You have to pay for it. I always say I don't think you should be paying for a list unless you get like 3 or 4 deals under your belt. But what I can tell you is it makes it a lot easier. You know, like you use listrei.com, you get like a free drawing for dollars app in there. It's not a necessity, but it just makes it easier. And this basically comes down to now we know the lists, what type of marketing channels. Most of them, like I say, drawing for dollars, you're going to have to cold call. I recommend cold calling. I think for a lot of people, it's going to be your best bet starting out because you learn so much skills cold calling. You're also marketing, which is great. SMS text blasting is awesome. It does cost money. If you're starting out beginner, if you're broke, like I started out broke, probably not the best bet. And then it kind of goes down to like inbound marketing, you know, bandit signs, direct mail, leads coming to you. It's okay starting out, but like you're going to run out of money fast, especially when you don't know what you're doing. It's something you should be doing when you go down the line more. And the last thing is like, everyone thinks there's a shortcut to marketing and finding motivated sellers. Everyone thinks there's a shortcut. You know, guys, there's no shortcuts in this business. It's like losing weight, getting jacked, learning how to run 50 miles. There's no shortcuts. You have to do the work, right?
The secret in motivated sellers is get active as you possibly can. The more contacts you have, the more of a chance of an opportunity. So in the beginning, you're not going to be as skilled. So you need more activity than the normal person. And the thing is, you understand when you start from the beginning, you're starting at 0 miles an hour and you're trying to get to 100. Understand, if you look at it as a marathon versus a sprint, you'll do a lot better. In the beginning, you're not going to have as many leads. So you want to spend as much time working the leads. Even the leads you know aren't going to work out, you should practice the methodology, meaning your scripts, your conversations, everything we teach you. And as soon as you pivot from doing scripts and conversations, you'll find your conversion rate goes up, everything goes up. And then once you get those first few deals and you work through it, then you can open up and do more advanced strategies, you know, direct to mail, you know, SMS, if you haven't done the cold calling yet. Remember, guys, he's right. There is no shortcut to getting motivated sellers leads. The key is the more you can get in contact with, it's a quantity game. And you need a lot of quantity in the beginning because you're starting from 0.
I agree. So at the end of the day, guys, you got to take action. We told you some of the best strategies starting out as a beginner for finding sellers. The thing is, you got to go out there and start doing it. Now, we can't go on a 10-hour breakdown of each one. So we do recommend you go to freewholesaling.com. That's our free wholesaling course. Everything is broken down systematically, how to do the marketing the right way. It really depends on what type of wholesaling you're wanting to do. But we recommend checking it out, learning, go on our live stream. We live stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every Thursday, you can hop on a one-on-one with us, ask all your questions. We're here to help you. Like, we're not the ones who go on these videos and just tell you information and then we just leave you out in the dark and we just cover up and go to the next video. You ask a comment, me or Rick, we're going to personally answer that back because we want to help you succeed. So we're here to help you out. So we just told you how to find motivated sellers. The question is what type of action you're going to take. So comment below what type of action you're doing to find sellers. What are you doing? Talk to us on our lives. We'd love to help you, but most importantly is take action and get after it.
Take action, guys. You don't need to solve this all in one video. We're here to support you. Get it going. The idea is you got to put one foot in front of the other and you got to get going. Take that action today.
That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much. Smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Have a
Thanks.
blessed one.